Good afternoon, you crazy goons. How are you liking your stay here on Plague Island this month? For those of you who haven't really caught on yet, I, Dire Gentleman, am uploading a brand new video to this channel every single day for the entire month of June. A couple years back I did something called Junc, which was just upload new content, very similar to this, and this one is called Just Upload Too Much Content. So, Junc, or however phonetically you would say that. You can call it junk if you want to. You can call it whatever you want. We're not here to judge. We're here on Plague Island in order to bask in the breeze and suffer from disease. So being here and having this opportunity to address all of you more frequently has got me thinking about the history of this channel and how I've been doing this for almost 5 years and my content has just continued to change and evolve in many ways. There have been some hiccups, there have been some bad videos, like there was that one that I didn't post on April Fool's Day, but nonetheless tricked all of you in a very mean-spirited way, and for that I apologize. But the absolute worst video that I have ever uploaded to my channel is a video called Hilarious, which I posted in the very early days just after the Wander video, which was the first one that really garnered a bunch of attention for this channel. So, I thought I would do a commentary track over it and really kind of break down some of the nuances of that video, some of the creative decisions that went into making this awful, confused piece of media. And if you like that video, hey, you get to, see some insight into my original creative process with it. So, it's kind of a win-win. Whether you like the video, don't like the video, you're sort of getting a sort of peek behind the curtain into the Dire Gentleman mindscape. As if this whole thing, as if this Plague Island and the spectral images of you and everything is not a mindscape in some sense. As if, a YouTube channel is not a mindscape and a reflection of the creator's psychology. As if you're not all, creating me. As if I'm not an egregore, an avatar of all of your subconscious projection. Alright, well that got real stupid. Anyway, enjoy Hilarious with commentary. The following video is intended for mature viewers only.
Okay, wait, right out the gate, am I just like, you can't handle this content, you have to be 18 years old to see a man talk about alcohol on the internet, or review a children's show? This is very, very mature, very dangerous, very controversial video. Also, hold on, can we just back up? I've got this mead in my hand, too. This mead, the 1634 mead, features in a lot of my early videos. Maybe I should bring that back. That's some good mead. I may be biased, but that's some good mead.
The following video is intended for mature viewers only.
Walrus!
Oh my
Oi,
goodness.
Walrus! Come with me, we'll go and see...
Hold on a sec, I just gotta... Yep, okay. Yeah. That might not affect your guys' audio, because you are probably watching, like, a different version of this. Like, this is a visual recording that I'm doing, and I'm probably going to just load the file in separately, but believe me when I say, I need my ears to be preserved by this. Okay, so I'm just gonna listen through to the whole song, and we're just gonna sit here and enjoy it.
A place called Hammered Island. Who needs Hammered Island? I'd rather stay in bed. But drinking's the only way to stop the voices in me head. It's dangerous to drink so much. You're not the boss of me. Let's go on a drinking spree. We'll get so smashed we can't even see.
I guess this video's PG.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Very mature, very, copious adult themes. Kids shouldn't watch this. Let's get Robbie Rotten in here. Okay, alright, let's move on. I'm sure you're riffing on it better than I am, so...
Marvelous misadventures of Flapjack? Well, what's so marvelous about them?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Could I not get, like, a full image on the screen? What is this? Oh, right, this was the iMovie days. Oh, this is disgusting. And this is not even fully cropped. Oh my god. Wow. Hey, 3 years will do it for you. That'll never say you can't improve.
Am I missing something, or is this show gonna give me a migraine?
That's also like a Game Grumps bit that I'm doing. Like I'm doing Aaron's impression of the game dude, because I was really into Game Grumps back then. I mean, it was 2016. Who wasn't? You know, you were either into Game Grumps or you were into Trump or you were into both. You know.
Candle Cove was a little-known children's program. The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack was a little-known children's
I actually really like that joke. Like that's that's funny. I enjoy that.
program that aired on Cartoon Network from 2008 to 2010. The show is mostly remembered for being a cesspool of disturbing visuals and nightmare fuel, as well as being a cesspool of new animation talent. Many creators who got their
Hold on a second. I think I definitely hear like a car driving by the window in the background of this video. Oh my god. I must have just recorded in the middle of the street back then. Like, yeah, all right. Cool. Learning more about myself every day.
start working on Flapjack went on to make a slew of well-received and influential shows. Back when I was a sweet 16, I used to eat this show up. It was super weird and creepy at times, and I was super weird and really creepy at times, so
I just want to clarify, yes, that actually is a photograph of me when I was like 16. I'm in New York on like a school trip, and you know, that wasn't just my default stance. I didn't, you know, that's not my idol animation. I chose to look like this. This is the way I chose to present myself to the world back then, or at least to my friend who took the picture.
identified with the characters on this show. Flapjack was the main character. He's kind of a weird kid. He's voiced by the show's creator, Thorup Van Orman, who also voices Little Gideon from Gravity Falls. His guardians were a grouchy old pirate named Captain Knuckles, voiced by Brian Doyle Murray, and a kindly whale named Bubby, voiced by Roz Ryan. What a happy family!
Wait, is that a joke? Okay, hold on. So yeah, that was just summarizing the show, but the what a happy family thing with like slightly pitched up, I think, and then like the effect on it. I think that was supposed to be a joke, but like I can't read the mind of my former self. I can only be like, hold on a sec. You're trying to do something here, aren't you? You wily bastard. I hope you never get above 400 subscribers. I guess it's too late on that one, but...
The world in which Flapjack takes place on is one ripe for adventure. I could easily see Stormalong Harbor being the setting of a tabletop RPG. There's just enough lore to make it appear fleshed out, but also enough open spaces for a game master to give the campaign its own identity. Looking more...
So, fun fact, the Dire Gentleman IRL, like, has run a, Pathfinder game in a place that is very similar to Stormalong, in like a city that is called Barganal, and it's I took a lot of inspiration from this show's setting, and then I added in some like sort of you know, just random coastal town stuff and myths. So I did in fact capitalize on that. You know, there are creative things I can do that's not on YouTube, and that really literally applies to everybody. You know, this place produces this stuff. You know, this is go west, as this man says. Go west and seek new art, seek new content, you know? That's where you should really be going. That's where your attention should really go, you know?
critically at the setting as a whole, I can totally see why so many kids and parents were freaked out by the abundance of disgusting and shady characters that inhabited this wretched place. There were times when rewatching the show that I actually felt shaken by the sheer unpleasantness of what I was witnessing. Just look up insane shit happening in Flapjack on YouTube and you'll get a pair of compilation videos that will give you a pretty good idea of just how messed up this show
Hold on a
really
second.
was.
What's... I just like, okay, yeah, no, well, obviously that was a joke. Just like have a Bleach character in there. Just have Orihime Inoue in there. Oh, that was because I did the Bleach video like a week before this one, and I guess I wanted to like just get that in there. That's fun. Oh, this video was also had like a hidden theme in it. Because I was doing a thing. I was like doing a bit back then. Yeah, more on that later, because we'll discuss it when we come to it.
As much as I have a personal connection to the show, I don't really feel like doing a complete overview of the series. Rather, this video is going to be a thematic analysis of the episode which resonated with me most. It is perhaps one of the darkest episodes of a children's cartoon I've ever seen. No context needed.
And that's still true. I mean, like, people will be like, oh, there's, like, necrophilia in Steven Universe. And I'll be like, yeah, alright, whatever, though. I don't care. Obviously, the characters don't think necrophilia is a big deal because they, forgave the two biggest necrophiliacs in the universe just because their mom was mean to them. So, like, why should I care? I don't care.
And so it begins, Captain Knuckles and his hilarious problem. I tell you, the title card and the swanky music really don't prepare you for the madness that awaits within.
No. Okay. Don't filter audio like that. Me? I guess I don't anymore, so that's true, but, like, whatever. This kid, I say that, but, he was still in his 20s like me, he was in his earlier 20s, but in his 20s nonetheless. To be limited to only the iMovie effects is just, like, that is a hell I would never wish upon anyone. If you only have access to iMovie, like, I feel like we need to crowdfund some way to get everybody to, like, Final Cut, or get everybody to, like, Sony Vegas or something, cause, like, or just make iMovie better. Like, okay, yeah, real talk. You have the technology, Apple. You could literally make iMovie, like, up to par with Final Cut, but you don't because you want people to get more money. It's the same reason you don't, give people these batteries that are, like, infinitely rechargeable. Like, you don't attach solar panels to your iPhone so you can, recharge in the sun. You don't do that because, like, it's more convenient to extract people's money and their time and make them feel like they have to, like, run through this whole rigmarole just for a stupid phone or, like, editing software. It's not worth it, People should just have the tools to be able to live life conveniently. And as a company dedicated to, like, the public sector, you have a responsibility to do that. Anyway, that's my anti-corporate message for this video.
The story was pitched by Steve Little, the voice actor of Dr. Barber, who we'll be seeing later. On writing and storyboards, we have Mike Roth and... Ghost Shrimp? No way, that can't be real. I'ma Google that shit. Okay, apparently Ghost Shrimp. The episode begins on Flapjack and Knuckles.
I just like how Ghost Shrimp is probably, like, a more, like, well-respected figure in animation than, like, I would ever be. And I'm just like, no way. I have never seen his name, even though I probably have. But since I'm doing a bit for a video, it's a very, very hacky, very hack reviewer joke of, like, I don't know something about the thing that I'm apparently looking into. It's like, listen, you either state the facts about something and be very clear about it, or you're an incompetent buffoon. And if the joke is you're an incompetent buffoon, I guess that is the joke. I guess that was the joke I was going for. But the joke also could be like, oh, Ghost Shrimp is such a weird, name. It's so strange that someone would be named Ghost Shrimp. Better to make it a whole bit.
Finding a lone barrel of candy behind Peppermint Larry's tavern. Being the conniving bilge rats they are, the two abscond with the barrel and begin to ravenously consume its contents. Here's where we get our first hint of darkness.
I think there was something going wrong with the audio, so I had to, like, lower it a little bit. Like, I think there was maybe, like, 7,000 18-wheelers driving in the background, like, smashing into my house. And I was just kind of on this, like, lone pedestal, the one part of things that the support beam kept up. And I just had to be like, well, I have to edit out those 18-wheelers, I mean, find out if everyone else in the house is okay, of course, but, gotta respect the YouTube integrity there.
Darkness. Whenever the subject of candy comes up in this show, it's always a metaphor for some kind of hedonistic desire. Candy is candy, but candy also behaves as a hallucinatory drug, placing the eater in a state of sugary euphoria. Sometimes it is also portrayed as having a similar effect to alcohol, with those who eat candy becoming progressively more drunk off of it. On a few occasions, candy is actually an object of sexual lust, such as with Knuckles being covetous towards Peppermint Larry's candy wife. I promise you, I'm not reading too much into this. The show all but says it outright, and it's not like an instance of censorship. This is just what candy does to the people in the Flapjack universe. Actual alcohol and drugs simply do not exist in Stormalong. In other shows, this might have just been a running gag, but the entire premise of the show is about Flapjack and Knuckles trying to get to a place called Candied Island.
What a magical place that must be.
Okay, so there's some pretty good analysis in there. Like, I would stand behind that, like, sort of assessment of how the series uses candy, like, even now, for sure. Just, I got really, the pitched up voice at the end, like, ruined it for me, personally. I just, like, I was probably watching a ton of Cat Icarus videos when this happened, and that's like his main joke is the pitched up voice in the filter. And hey, I'm not gonna say it doesn't work for him, but like it didn't work here for me.
Back to Captain Knuckles and his hilarious problem, we see that the episode has gone with the depiction of candy as alcohol, and oh boy does it ever run with it. As Knuckles devours the candy, he starts ranting like a madman, breaks down crying, tells Flapjack that he loves him and Bubby so much, and passes out in the alleyway. Flapjack notices that something is wrong and takes Knuckles to Stormalong's resident Dr. Barber. The doctor informs us that years of binging on candy have
Again, I just can't get over the cars in the background and the fact that, like, there's no music. This is, like, it's very, very, like, solitary, very, like, isolating. This whole video just feels very oppressive.
Finally caught up with Captain Knuckles. He's been afflicted with a condition called candy rot, which will cause his body to rot from the inside out if he continues to indulge his sweet tooth.
Ooh.
Yep, it's a full-blown allegory for the dangers of alcoholic liver disease, in a children's show no less. So Dr. Barber goes on to describe in gruesome detail the invasive surgical procedure that Knuckles would need to undergo to stop his cravings. Flapjack, who is deeply concerned for his questionable role model, doesn't want Knuckles to have to suffer through surgery, and promises to keep Knuckles away from sugar until his candy rot symptoms subside. While Flapjack has the best of intentions, Knuckles soon reveals his true colors, playing every trick in the book to manipulate Flapjack into giving him candy.
Yeah, so that's mostly just summary, but you know, you see where I'm going with this. Like, I'm definitely talking about something that I think is important. But in the next part, it will be more revealed. Like, I wouldn't just make a video, or I guess back then, I don't know why I'm defending the me of back then. I guess I don't know, just listen to the next part. I feel like I'm being emotionally drawn back into the sort of mindset I was in when I made this.
This entire sequence of the episode can be very distressing to watch, especially for anyone who has ever been close to someone with alcoholic tendencies or substance abuse problems. There are no jokes to be told, instead the viewer is pulled in by the crushing realism of it all. The worst part isn't that Knuckles is lying to Flapjack so much as we see his mind and body fall apart as he flings himself from one candy fix to the next, without so much as a moment of remorse. Finally, after Knuckles has been thrown out of every candy joint in town, Flapjack takes him back to Bubby the Whale, who is rightfully shocked by the husk that Knuckles has become.
Lovely place to pause. So, yeah. Some of the motivation for making this video, other than, you know, just sort of looking at this one episode of this one children's show that I really liked, was because I was pretty close with somebody who had strong alcoholic tendencies in college. I might even say that, you know, at one point they were my best friend. So it was rough kind of seeing that. And it wasn't even like, they weren't horrible to me because of the alcohol. It was not a net positive for themselves. And as a result, it's not even that they made bad decisions, it's that they just, like, they were ill-equipped to deal with anything that wasn't alcohol related. And ultimately that did lead to a lot of trouble. And, you know, some of it, was me trying to help and getting in over my head, and some of it was just them having to grow and learn. And I'm no longer friends with this person for reasons unrelated to alcohol, but yeah, this video is essentially kind of a tribute to that, in addition to being everything else it is. We're only 6 minutes in, but it's going to in a few more minutes it's going to start to get crazy. So
Flapjack is afraid that Knuckles will have to get surgery after all. Seeing how broken up Flapjack is over this, Bubby tries to cure Knuckles another way, by sending him off on a vision quest in the ocean.
I don't know. I just thought it sounded good.
The vision quest is every bit as messed up as you'd expect it to be. I mean, look at this. It's horrifying. This is for kids? This is for humans?
Clap.
You're safe now. So are you. We're all whirling in a candy cosmos.
okay, all right. So that's pretty sick. I mean, the editing that I did to kind of make this seem more terrifying. We don't even need look at this. Literally look at this. Like, this is already really scary imagery. Like, this is terrible. But like the I am Candied Island. We are Candied Island. So are you. We're all whirling in a candy cosmos. That's like, we are all whirling in a candy cosmos, Like, if candy is this thing that intoxicates us and drives us towards, like, new desires, new horizons, if it is, like, all forms of pleasure, like the hedonistic, like gluttonous eating, or, a quest for treasure, or a lust for things you want to covet and own and keep, we are whirling in a candy cosmos, Congrats, Flapjack. You Jordan Peterson'd me. That's a good reference. I like that.
And after that sequence of horror is seared into the minds of an entire generation of children, Knuckles returns a changed man, denouncing the evils of candy and wanting everyone to return back to a time before sorrow. He convinces the people of Stormalong to give up their vices and cast their candy into the ocean. And from that point on, Knuckles lived a healthy lifestyle, and was better for it. Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of the opposite thing.
Let's go eat some candy.
Good to have you back, Captain.
Okay, that ending is very dark. The fact that he had a literal blackout. Also, just the editing on that last bit, just so atrocious. I always left a little frame in there, or a weird pause. It's not the smoothest audio. If I wanted to be a real big G and do video essays the right way, I would just edit out every single breath and pause and everything, down to just the last fraction of a second, so there was no time that I am not talking, That's how you do a big boy video essay. You have to convince people that you don't breathe or have any cadences besides this monotone bombardment of words. Now we get into the real shit. Oh my god, that mustache is terrible. Can I just comment on this look here? It's okay, the smooth face thing. I could pull off a smooth face thing, definitely. I feel like that's a look I've done before, but I'm clearly unshaven here. Clearly very. I don't think I can decide. This isn't the beard I have right now. And also just no mustaches ever. Never works. Also, I got the poofy hair that I have in some of my videos. And I'm wearing the robe. Oh, and there's the octopus painting, and there's that, and the window's open, and that window's open, but we'll get to that.
Coming, round of applause all around to me, to everyone, to I did it.
This pigeon,
Thank you, pigeon,
all
for
right.
being
I
there
did
for all
a
the
review.
everything.
Woo! Stop cheering sound effects.
I'm rotating in my
The
arms
review
right
does
now.
not play
Oh,
alcoholism for comedy.
That is rare on YouTube, rare on the internet, rare on the medium that I am asphyxiating
Yeah,
with.
that's what happens,
So,
buddy, when you chug a whole
thank
bunch
you
of
all for
vodka in
coming.
one go.
The old Dire Gentleman videos really like focused on wine and alcohol as kind of like a way of getting through bad movies. And I feel like that's not unique to the channel. I mean, I saw so many other channels doing a similar thing, and that's what inspired me to do it. Honestly, like, so much of Dire Gentleman is just straight up ripped off from, like, you know, channels like the Nostalgia Critic and fucking the million ripoffs of him. So,
Oh my god. So, first of all, I didn't say that I was a ripoff of Cinema Snob. I said Nostalgia Critic, but I should have said Cinema Snob because, like, he way more influenced my original style. But yeah, like, he has the Nostalgia Critic format essentially. But as you'll see in a video later this month, I have a lot more respect for the type of content Cinema Snob makes. Now, he's involved in the whole Channel Awesome thing, so I don't really feel comfortable saying like him the person is not culpable for any of that because I have no idea. He could be just like a hapless employee of that place. And also like I've seen that he's like made some of his own movies that are leagues better than like the Channel Awesome movies. Like he made Hooker with a Heart of Gold, which I really enjoyed. And I think he's done other stuff. I just don't. When I say really good, I mean like it was decently entertaining and funny for like a low budget movie. Like I don't mean it's like it's not one of my favorite movies of all time, but it seems to be a valiant effort to actually legitimately make like a B exploitation movie by someone who actually seems to know a thing or two about genres, which the Nostalgia Critic, like, honestly, the Nostalgia Critic just seems like someone shined a flashlight of, like, you know, Disney in front of his eyeballs. Like, just the barest minimum pop culture knowledge. Like, not even full on, like, 90s kids, because, like, he does not know a thing about Pokemon. He doesn't have any respect for Pokemon. Like, the Nostalgia Critic just seems like okay, no. I'm not going to dunk on him too much. Everything that's been said about the Nostalgia Critic has already been said by me, and some of it will be said in this video.
ripoffs of him. So, what is up with reviewers in alcohol? Why are all of us borderline alcoholics? Why is that the meme? We don't expose ourselves to bad media, for an excuse to drink, and we don't use drinking to cope with bad media. It's all a lie. I mean, fucking anything that happens ever to this nostalgia critic on his
I should clarify that I'm actually drunk in this video right now. Like, I'm actually already drunk, and I get drunker before the end of this. Like, this is me being legitimately drunk on camera and trying to articulate myself and my points, and I think I'm doing a pretty decent job.
On his channel, it's so fake. It's so fake and insincere and not real. Anytime he has like alcohol on the show or acts drunk, it's stupid. It's not real. It's I don't get why this is such a prevalent thing. Why do reviewers have to drink alcohol? These bugs. Oh my.
So just to kind of summarize the points I was making there. I like took issue with the fact that there's like a lot of like jokes in old reviews where people like, you know, pull up alcohol and they go like, oh, I'm going to need a whole lot of this to get through this bad movie. And it comes across as really insincere and stupid. And I think part of what I'm going for is that there should be more legitimate debauchery in things, like a more authentic like drunken experience. And I think that was because I saw some like reviewers around this time who legitimately like did get drunk in their videos and did go on some kind of like crazy like I wanted more debauchery, I guess. More debauchery in YouTube videos. And I think I was like imagining a version of YouTube online review that we've never really gotten. Like, we've never really gotten a, like, hard-drinking, crazy party review sphere. It's always just kind of been, like, dull people sitting behind desks or just, like, playing characters in their living room. There's never really been, like, I don't know. Would that be awesome if like Jenny Nicholson or Big Joel just like entered a video like chugging a whole bottle of vodka? I don't know how I'd feel about that because that's not their brand, but I think I'd like to see someone do that. And if it has to be me, like I guess it has to be me, but you know, I'm as much as being the change I want to see in the YouTube is fun and all, I do just legitimately want to see this content from whoever will do it. Okay, now we're going to be getting on to the bug war arc of this video.
Oh my God! Look, do you see these bugs on my ceiling? Jesus Christ! There's so many bugs.
There is so many. There's so many.
I was not planning for this. I don't even know.
All
if
right.
they're showing
Okay.
up on
So
the...
here is the moment where I am legitimately laughing at the amount of bugs in here, but there is also, if you can tell, there is also this sadistic glee brewing inside of me of now I can turn the video into killing all of these bugs. Now I can like systematically wipe out these bugs, and that will be funny internet bit. Like that's hey, listen, even now I don't feel any remorse for these soulless insects. They have literally like no consciousness. They have no conscious thought. They're bugs, you know? Especially these ones, because I have literally no idea what they are. They're like gnats or something. Like, yeah, anyway.
They're showing up on the camera! I have to kill the bugs!
There it
This
is.
looks like a job for El Verdugo! Moths! No! A really big moth just came in here!
Yeah! Oh, man! Okay, so yeah, that moth flies by, I show the toes and face. That's awesome. But you can tell how happy I am to be able to kill these bugs. I have gone full, like, murder yandere on these bugs. I don't know what I'm a yandere towards in this situation. I guess I'm just a yawn. I'm yawning it up. I'm yawning it up so hard.
Me sealing off the portal, sealing the barrier. Goodbye, bugs. Goodbye, bug world. Ah, only humans in here. Nothing here but us humans. Get that out of the shot, blocking me.
I'm so sweaty. Look at how sweaty I am. Also, that shirt has seen better days, and these were the days where that shirt had seen better days. I feel like now because it's got that like weird fabric thing that it's torn a little bit. The image is less clear now. Anyway, that's not relevant. That's not important. I guess it is because I talked about tabletop games, and this is my Carpe Diem shirt. So.
All right, this video just became bug extermination video.
And I'm so happy about it.
I'm gonna take care of this.
And I'm so drunk.
Give me a moment. Gotta have a moment.
You bugs. You think you're better than me, you insignificant fucking insects. I'll kill all of you. I will eliminate all the Ayotinas. No! I fell! No! Don't look at me!
I still don't know how I sneezed myself over. I think I legitimately don't remember a lot of the pieces of this night. I got really drunk. I got really drunk when I filmed this. That's part of the reason why I wanted to revisit this footage, and maybe fill in the gaps for the people at home. Because boy, oh boy, is there a lot of missing footage on this one.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Okay, so right here, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, people, for this. I know how you are. I know how you be. You're welcome for this. What am I talking about? Okay, so I was legitimately in this room for 20 minutes. just like rolling around and trying to like get to different things in here. And I think at one point the camera is in here with me as well. Because I just like was moving the camera around to different rooms and just doing stuff, just doing random things in them as a result of this. And like, yeah. So that's one thing that happened. So this is something I'm really not proud of. I was just sitting in this chair, trying to like wake myself up, falling half asleep. Okay, listen. So, this is all funny. We're having a goof right now, but I should not have gotten as drunk as I did making this video. Like, the whole point I was trying to illustrate was that like there should be more legitimate drunkenness and less like playing alcohol as a joke. But I think I went too far in that direction, and I just showed the consequences of drinking frivolously while you're trying to make a video. Because the whole thing collapses under its own weight, and it becomes just this, like, semi-comedic, like, drama about me falling apart and falling all over myself.
Oh, everyone, it's me, Dire Gentleman here.
Okay, first of all, I'm using the same program to record right now, but there's a feature you can turn off the cursor. You can turn off this yellow ring around the cursor and just have the cursor, and I didn't know it at the time. And look, okay, Slither.io was really big back then. All the big boys were playing it. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. I think PewDiePords was playing it. Like, you know, it's just a fun little goof, just a fun little gag.
Give you the real rundown on the scoops. Holy shit, that guy's goddamn ginormous. No, please don't kill me. No. I suck at this game. I will do better next time. Garbage 2, avenge Garbage 1. Here we go.
I played, like, probably 5 snakes of Slither.io, and I just showed this one. Like, this is irresponsible. This is irresponsible. Don't model your behavior after this, kids. Maybe kids shouldn't have watched this. Maybe that disclaimer at the beginning of the video was a correct one. Like,
I'm getting tired of all my nautical.
That's a continuation of the last bit of footage. That's literally me trying to get up.
Dreams.
Hey everybody, it's Hammered Island.
Oh god, this is a big pile of laundry over here.
There's some sweat on the
Busting my pirate hump, rocking my peg leg stump. Mama naturally.
Oh my god. Seriously, there's always more. I just keep smashing them, but
I'm filming all of this bug murdering footage on an iPhone. Like, an iPhone I no longer have as well. It's just like,
but they keep existing. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh god. Oh, that's the final boss right there. That's Sin. That's Gigius. That's fucking Shadow Queen, Bowser, Ganondorf. That is all of them. Oh man.
so, okay, again, sadistic glee at the thought of killing these bugs. This too presents me with, like, a narrative ending to, and I'm sorry for anyone who's, like, legitimately afraid of bugs. I'm sorry, this video is going to, like trigger something within you. It's going to make you upset. So, sorry I didn't warn you guys about bugs. Actually, maybe my future self did warn you about bugs. Yeah, so that's why there was a why there was a disclaimer. I guess I never learned. I guess everything I do should have a disclaimer. But anyway, I was like, I really, really wanted to kill this thing, because it would be funny, like, for a bit. I was like, oh, okay, I killed all the little minions, and now there's a huge one. Now there's a giant one. And I don't know if that's the guy who flew in earlier, but it could be. I mean, he kind of looks like that. That other one just could have been, like, you know, like a flying rod, like a space rod, like a crypto.
Captain Tozen told me to fear the weapon in my hand, to fear the power of my weapon. I will smite you. Oh, God. God. There he is. He's dead. He's dead. Why? Why can't we just be friends with the bugs?
Okay, so I'm not legitimately like sad here or anything. Like don't get fooled that I'm legitimately sad, but I think I did have like this like moment of like, oh, I guess the bit's over. I guess this is the ending. Better ham it up. You know, I I had no sympathy for that final bug. Like I didn't consider it a living being. I was like, this is a prop for my video and its life means nothing to me. Oh boy. Yeah. So this is something I recorded exactly the next morning. Like production wise, I do the whole bug thing and then I wake up and film this before I head off to work. And I just oh my god. Whoa. So my mustache is a little bit more in. And so is okay, this right here. This is an Italian male problem. This is like, you know, fuck the idea of privilege. No, don't actually. No, it's real. It's legit. But here's what I have to deal with. I don't shave for a day or a night and the hair just grows in overnight. Like a bunch of zombies rising from their grave, rising from the grave of my my upper lip. They just rise up and these hairs are just all up in my business. I can never be a smooth boy. I can never fully be a smooth boy, which is why I've got to have some facial hair on at all times. I'm also probably not hungover. The weird thing about me is when I get super drunk, I've never actually been hungover, but what happens is I think I like enter some kind of like, you know, REM sleep, some real deep like deep state sleep or a deep sleep state. And I like go to bed at like 1 and wake up at 5 and feel like fully rested and alive. What can I say? I feel like I have some kind of elf metabolism where I only need like 2 hours of good sleep, but I never, ever in my life get any kind of good sleep unless I drink huge amounts of alcohol, which I, you know, wouldn't do that often for that reason. So I guess, you know, if I have to be tired most of the time and not just be this like, you know, like leprechaun, because I'm Irish too, you know, I guess that's a price I'm willing to pay, a trade I'm willing to make. Anyway, let's see what I've got to say, then we'll bring this puppy home.
War. War never changes. Last night, I ended the bug war myself. A single soldier against overwhelming numbers. El Verdugo is still stained with the blood of my enemies. So many lives snuffed out, but for what purpose? For me to survive in a room that is not infested by bugs? For me to prove my superiority as a human being? For me to direct my drunken energy towards something productive? I know not for what reason that I destroyed so many bugs. I only know that I did it, because I have the footage to prove that I did it. I can't put up this video. This is the worst video I've ever made. This is the worst video I've ever made.
And there you have it. The worst video I've ever made. So, just some thoughts, just at the very end of this, before we, you know, go back to Plague Island. I just wanted to say that, like, literally nobody should do what I did to make this video. Like, don't get super drunk and kill a bunch of bugs with this like madness in your eyes. Like, don't be like, yes, I must do this. That will be funny. Cause just cause, you know, it spirals out of control, and just cause, like, you know, the video has this emergent narrative, don't try to do it. Unless you thought the bit was that good and you don't want to listen to me, go ahead and do it. But I think that the first 8 minutes of this video are pretty generic, nothing special, kind of like review stuff. There is some, you know, emotional truth and weight in there, and some decent analysis of the themes of Flapjack. But the second half of the video is definitely a lot more creative, but also probably a lot less good. But anyway, we'll take you back to Plague Island, and this has been fun. It's been fun revisiting this, and I hope everybody who has already seen this video, or, you know, was a fan of the video at the time, or like wanted to see me go over this is glad, because there'll probably not be another video like this for any of my other contents. Just hilarious itself was what I wanted to highlight here. So thank you, and enjoy whatever comes next.